What's going on, everybody? It's Bulls Nation Station back at it again with another one. Hopefully you guys are feeling pretty good today, as I'm feeling pretty good myself. And as you guys seen, the Bulls have played 3 preseason games so far. It's going to be 4 tomorrow when they play the Memphis Grizzlies. We'll have our guy Lonzo make his official return, so that's definitely interested in seeing. And so what I wanted to talk about in this video is that through these first 3 preseason games, the main themes that we've been watching is how are these young guys performing, how are these young guys playing. And they're all vying for spots on this team. They're vying for opportunities, they're vying for roles. They're trying to see what can they do to earn a spot or what role in this rotation. And so I just wanted to make a list of the young players who have stood out so far this preseason. So of course I'm not going to talk about the vets, I'm not going to talk about a Torrey Craig, Javon Carter, a Vooch, not going to talk about, of course, Zach. You know what, honestly, I'm not even going to talk about Kobe or Ayo. I know they're both young players also, but you kind of know the roles they're going to have. They're going to have huge impacts on this team, so I'm going to cross them out also. I just want to talk about the young players on this team that either hasn't been proven or are rookies or are vying for like two-way spots and things like that. I feel like the first guy that has stood out to me as far as the young players, and that has been Julian Phillips. Julian Phillips, he kind of surprised me when the preseason first started, because it was like he was the first guy off the bench, and I'm like, it's kind of early. Once Patrick Williams went out, you was expecting somebody else. I was expecting a Torrey Craig, I was expecting somebody in that type of caliber. But when I first seen Julian Phillips come in the game, I'm like, oh wow, he must have been doing something. And then I seen him play. I mean, you can kind of see why he's getting the role that he has. Julian Phillips, he's been shooting the 3 really well. He shot it well these 3 games. He was shooting it well this game yesterday until he got injured in the ribs, and then he missed a couple. But he's done a lot, and he's done a lot to play off of everybody else on the team. I mean, he's always in the right spots. He crashes the boards. He's super athletic. I mean, he even tried to dunk on Brook Lopez yesterday. He does a lot of things. And while he's not the strongest guy, he just knows how to play, and he's always in the right spots. And so having a guy like that where you could just plug in off your bench, who knows his role and can hit open shots, that's a guy that's going to get minutes, honestly, because one thing we needed to work on for our team is 3-point shooting. And so Julian Phillips, he definitely stood out, and I feel like he's probably the young guy who stood out the most to me. Now the next guy I want to talk about is Matas Buzelis, our rookie. A lot of people should already knew that he was going to have some type of edge after watching him during the summer league. But yeah, he came in and he just goes to show he is not scared of anybody. He's shown that all 3 games, whether it's the first game against the Cavs where he went toe to toe with Jared Allen and Mobley, whether it's that game against the Memphis where he came out, even though he didn't score that well, he still competed and fought and did his things. But then his last game really stood out to me because he went at it with a Giannis. You know what I'm saying? The first play first chance he had, he drove in and dunked over him, and he was going to do it again until Giannis fouled him out the air, which was kind of dirty. But yeah, Matas isn't scared. He's not scared to take the threes. For somebody who knows he needs to work on his threes, he puts them up, as you guys seen yesterday. I think he was like 3 for 9 yesterday. But that it's going to get better. He's still a rookie. The form looks good, and I feel like his shot is going to get better. It's not a broken shot, and he's been working with Peter Patton. But yeah, a guy that's just not scared, that knows how to make the right passes. One thing I noticed with him that a lot of people don't notice is that when he drives or he's cut off, he makes the right passes. He makes a lot of good swing passes. Some of those Julian Phillips threes yesterday was off of passes from Buzelis because he knew to make that right swing pass. That's something we question with Patrick Williams sometimes. Sometimes he questions whether he needs to make that pass or takes the shot. But it seems like Buzelis, he really knows when to take the shot and when to pass. And that's a good skill and trait to have. So shout out to him. But yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to seeing him throughout the season, as I feel like he's going to have a role also. The next guy, honestly, is THT. Talon Horde Tucker, it's crazy. He's only 23 years old. I mean, life comes at you fast, and it's coming at the hairline fast at least. But yeah, I mean, he's coming in and he's playing like he's here to prove a point. Like, I deserve to be on this team. And that's what he's been doing. I mean, he's been putting up points. He's been hitting the clutch shots. One knock on his game is that he couldn't shoot the three that well. He's been knocking down the three all preseason. He hasn't been against the top-notch competition, but I mean, whenever he's called to score, he's there to score. I mean, it was times where you go deep into that bench and they're all out there. Nobody knows how to create except for THT. And so, it's not really looking good for the team, because that'd be the contract THT is going after, and I know it's a lot of pressure in the team. While he hasn't really scored that much, he did hit a three yesterday and get like an and-one dunk, but the defense has been a little questionable. But I don't know, I just feel like THT has just been outplaying, outperforming him. I mean, it's been games where he was the leading scorer, and so yeah, he's been that guy that's really stood out, and I'm just looking forward to seeing what's gonna happen at the end of this, at the end of the bench. Who's gonna get cut, who's gonna make it, who's gonna get that last two-way spot. Will the rest of the people that don't make it make the G League team? Because I feel like Kenneth Lofton showed some things. I feel like EJ Liddell showed a couple things as far as his size and athleticism. So there's different ways you can go about it. Yeah, I just wanted to talk about THT because he really showed some things, and that was pretty cool to see. And another guy who really showed me something yesterday, just in yesterday's game, was Sanogo. I mean, he played a lot of minutes, don't get me wrong, but he's a double-double guy. No, he can't jump. He can jump. He could barely block shots. But, the thing is, he's always in the right place at the right time. He'll get that rebound because he knows how to position his wide frame and body. And he knows how to, do his little putback things. Now, will he have a role? It's possible, because we only have two big men, and if one of them get hurt, you're going to need a big man. And so, shout out to, Adama Sanogo, who definitely showed some things. But comment down below, let me know who you guys feel has stood out as far as the young guys. I feel like Dalen Terry showed some things too, as far as decision making and energy. His biggest thing is just he gotta knock down them shots, he gotta knock down them threes. If he could do that consistently, then he'll definitely have a role. But yeah, I'm gonna holler at you guys in the next video. We're gonna see what happens tomorrow. So I'm out.